Say hi. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Keela K, and if you're new here, please subscribe, share, comment down below, hit the notification bell, and do all you can do so you can see my face on my channel, giving you guys tips and everything else. And if you're regular here, what up? Thanks for supporting the girl. But yeah, so today's video is gonna be more to my moms out there. What up, mamas? I'll just hit the camera. But what up to my mom? Shout out to my moms, because it's a hard life out here. And there's so much that I just didn't know before, everything happened. And no matter how much you read, research, you can never be too prepared. You can never expect, until you go through it. And so that's what this video is going to be about. So let's get right into it. So I think the first thing that I over prepared for was packing. I packed when I was 7 months pregnant. 7 months pregnant, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm already 7 months. Only got 2.5, 3 months left, because you can't go full term in 10 months, let me tell you. But I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta start packing, you gotta get this, you gotta get that. So after my baby shower, I had all this stuff planned, all this stuff packed up. And I had my baby shower when I was 7 months pregnant. Yeah, it was in May. It was on Memorial Day of last year. And so, yeah, so I'm packing all this stuff. I packed 5 outfits, and I barely packed anything for myself. It was all for Jason. I packed 5 outfits and a whole case of diapers and bad body wash and lotion and shampoo and cream, and I packed bottles, I packed my pump, all this stuff. No. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that, because I put Jason in his own clothes because I washed everything after I bought it. After I bought it, I washed everything, and I packed it all up and I to bring it to the hospital with me. Of course, to do that, because all these clothes coming from all these different places, you don't know where it's coming from. So of course, wash your baby's clothes before you put it on them. That way they don't have reactions and breakouts and everything. But I packed way too much because I was only in the hospital for 2 days, not even 2 full days, 1.5 days, because I had Jason naturally. And after I had him, they don't really put the babies in clothes. They just swaddle them in the blankets. And I didn't want that, because, he's coming from his home. His home is inside of me. And so being pushed out, and he's in this new environment, and yeah, the room's set to room temperature. But that might be a little cold to him, because I know that I still have the shivers, and I'm anemic, so I'm naturally always cold. And so I just packed all this stuff up because I didn't want him to be, just cold in a blanket. But he really didn't have to change his clothes because he wasn't dirty, And so, I was only there for 1.5 days. So he kept the same outfit on, the whole time we was there. Yeah, and so I can put some pictures in here too, so you guys can see somewhere here or whatever. But yeah, I packed way too much, and I didn't even pack for myself. I sat there in the hospital, they gave me a robe, they gave me a pillow, the little pamper underwear you get because, everything's happening. And so, yeah, I just had on the little underwear and a robe for the whole time I was there. I didn't even, change. And when it was time for me to get in the shower, I had a pair of shorts and a big t-shirt because, it's the summertime. So yeah, so packing was a big thing for me that I did not have to do because I wasn't even there for that long. The average is 3 days in the hospital. I was 1.5 because I was just ready to go home, and I was in so much pain. I was so uncomfortable and everything, so I just wanted to go home. Tip number deuce, I think would be my pump and the set that you get if you breastfeed. Now, I recommend breastfeeding, you don't even have to do it for the whole time, just for the first couple of days, just so that the baby can get the colostrum. The colostrum is the pre-milk. It comes out before your milk actually comes in. When you give birth, you have colostrum that is made, and it's like really thick. And a newborn only needs like a teeny tiny bit to fill up its belly. And what the colostrum does, it coats the stomach so that if you give the baby formula or even breast milk, and it gives the stomach, a coating so that it's not just like, just shooting in the stomach with the baby, it's his first time having it and they never had it before. And so you don't want them to just take it and just keep throwing it all up. Granted, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not breastfeed. They just do formula, and that's perfectly fine. No shame to no one. I'm just saying the colostrum is a really good coating for the infant stomach, and it helps them to stay full a lot longer. So yeah, I didn't know a thing about breastfeeding. I went to breastfeeding class and I knew some stuff about reading up on it and everything, but I was scared. I didn't know what to expect, how to get the baby to latch and everything. But they give you a lactation consultant in the hospital. And when they do, you're allowed to ask any kind of questions. Mine was more hands-on. She showed me how to put my breast into Jason's mouth and everything. What they didn't tell me was, at first it's cool, a little 1 hour, 2 hour session. Jason ate for an hour and a half almost every time and waited 2 hours and then ate an hour and a half again. And so, the first 2 times was okay. The third time, it's kind of sore. Started to get there. And so we were just like, okay, this kind of hurts. And so they gave me these little like jelly pads, and you put them in the freezer, and then you take them out the freezer after like 10 minutes and you put them on your nipple. And oh, heaven. I was like, yes, thank you, because that is heaven. There's also a numbing cream, and it's all natural ingredients. It just helps to heal over the sores that you can get with breastfeeding. And after doing it, that's my first time, my nipple's not used to all that tugging constantly, and so the cream helps it to soothe itself and to heal a little bit faster. But it is kind of painful, but after a while you get used to it, and it just feels your nipple gets numb. And so they also told me that it's not just the nipple. You don't put just the nipple. You put as much areola as you can in the baby's mouth. So what they explained to me was, if he yawns or opens his mouth really wide, you just shove it in there, and you just take his head and you take your boob, you just bring it over, just so that he can get the biggest latch as possible. Medicine. I didn't know that you're supposed to get medicine for so many different things. So after I had Jason naturally. And so I wasn't really for the medicine, because I've never been really a medicine type girl, because it makes me feel weird. But after I had him, I was breastfeeding, and I had these horrible cramps, and everything was just juggling in my belly, and I was just like, what's going on? And so I had the Tylenol in the hospital for that. But what I didn't do, I didn't take any home. I didn't take any medicine home. I didn't know that I was supposed to. So the doctor, of course, told me, you'll probably bleed for 4 to 6 weeks, and it'll take some time getting used to and everything. I didn't know that when he said take some time to get used to, that he literally meant yes, it's gonna hurt like hell. I didn't know that. And so when I went home, I was having these terrible cramps. I couldn't sit up, I couldn't walk, I couldn't use the bathroom. Oh my gosh, they so much that they don't tell you. They'll tell you all this stuff to prevent pregnancy, don't have sex, and they'll tell you all this stuff during your pregnancy. You know, you'll get the vomiting, and you'll get the headaches and the forgetfulness and the dizziness or whatever. But I don't ever hear anything for recovery, because that's honestly what it is. You're recovering. Your body's went through something so traumatic that it's supposed to go through. You know, it's supposed to go through that, but that's just something that they don't tell you. And for me, it was horrific. But for other people that I know, you know, smooth sailing. Day after, they back at it. I'm just, wow. You know, that's a little excessive. Like, it's excessive. Jesus. But yeah, for some people, it's really easy. Really, you know, back at it, getting back into the game, you know, jumping jacks after they had a baby. Kudos to you. Like, y'all, hats off, honestly, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up, and, you know, every hour you have to get up and get the baby, feed the baby, you know, then sit the baby back down, and then resituate yourself. Stop, baby. And so, yeah, it was just, Jason! I'm like, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Stop. So yeah, like, honestly, it was just, it was a lot to adjust to without the medicine. And I didn't know that I was supposed to have medicine until my 6-week checkup. And they was like, yeah, do you need any refills? Refills on what, honey? On what? On your medicine. What medicine? I didn't know I was supposed to have any medicine. Jason! Baby, stop. Yeah. Come on, baby. So yes, at my 6-week checkup, they were just like, ready for refills? I'm just like, there's no refills, sweetie. I didn't know I was supposed to have any medicine. And she was like, wow, you must have been in a lot of pain. Yeah. Yeah, I was. And so yeah, you're supposed to get the medicine. You're supposed to get the little ice packs. The ice packs, let me tell you, at first your vagina is gonna be a little sensitive, okay? And by little, I mean a lot sensitive. So those little ice packs, they're gonna feel a little weird at first, but girl, let me tell you, sweetie, they are a gift from God. And that little like squeezy thing, I don't even know what it's called. Like the little squeezers, like a bottle, and you squeeze it. I filled mine up with warm water, but like a little bit hotter, but not too hot because then it burns. But squeeze it while you pee. While you pee, not after. No, not before. While you pee. That way you don't feel the burn as much because the water is diluted in the pee, so it won't burn your stitches. This is if you have stitches now. With the little squirty thing, if you have stitches, squeeze it while you pee so that the pee won't burn your stitches. It'll be diluted and it hurts so much less, okay? And another thing that I didn't know, if you had the problem that I had where you couldn't sit and you weren't comfortable, there's a pillow that you get that adjusts your butt and your spine. So when you do try to, you know, lift up and raise up, you're using your abdominal muscles. And so it hurts every time you try to move because that's all trying to heal together. And so there is a pillow that you can get that helps with that pain. Also, when you have a baby, okay, your abdominal muscles are like this. They're together. You know, everything's nice, perfect, pre-childbirth. When you get pregnant, they start to stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch. And they open so the baby can fit in this little spot, you know? He can fit, and they're gonna open like this. After you have your baby, they're gonna close like this much. And they used to be this. That's why you still have that little pudge after you had the baby for a while. Okay, I still have mine because I didn't know that it was supposed to close properly. There's a proper way to close your muscles. They have a band that every hospital is supposed to give you. And if they don't give you it, they have connections to where you can get it. You put the belt on and you wear it daily so that your muscles can contract. While they're healing, you're gonna contract. And that's why you still have those cramps after. So when they contract, You're gonna contract, and that belt is gonna make them tighter and tighter and tighter until they close back so that you don't have that big of a pudge. It's not guaranteed that you're not gonna have any pudge, but it'll be way less than what you could have. And yeah, so you just get the band and you close it. And also, if you do not have a pump and you want to try pumping without breastfeeding, or pumping period in general, if you want a breast pump, your hospital should be able to provide you one. All you have to do is ask. Honestly, when you're having a baby, it's about you. It's not about anything else. Don't let them pressure you into getting a C-section, into doing anything that you don't want to do. And you have the right to have a birth plan. You can plan it however you want to. If the hospital has it, they have to do it, because it's about you. Now, nobody else is having that baby except for you. So if that's what you want to do, then you do it. Nobody else. It's just you. It's your baby. It's your day. You're the one doing all the work. So everything is an honor to you. If you want a water birth, have a water birth. If you want to stand up and do it, stand up and do it. They have yoga balls. They have stretchy bands. They have little chairs that position you in ways that will relieve a lot of pressure. They have medicine. They have relaxation. You can turn on music. You can cut down the lights. You can turn up the heat. You can do whatever you want to do that makes you comfortable. So don't let them pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do, okay? And that comes from experience, because my whole pregnancy, they told me Jason's too big. Oh, he's way too big. He's way too big. He was growing at 30 weeks at 24. Way too big. When I was, 38 weeks, he was measuring at 45 weeks, you know. He was just up there. Just like, yeah, you would definitely have to have a C-section. Definitely a C-section. No. I don't want that. I don't want a surgery. I don't want that, because, I mean, I felt I wasn't, ready for that. And so I really didn't want that, but it kept being brought up, and I didn't want that. And so I stuck to my gut. I stuck to wanting a natural birth, and that's what I got, because it's about me, not about anybody else. Get out them blinds. Yeah, I see you. Do your research. You can do as much research as you can, as much research as you would like to. It's always good to try to be prepared, but honestly, you can't be prepared. You can't know what they're talking about until it happens to you. And it's a really big adjustment. So just be good, be careful, and girl, you got this. Trust me, you do. It's gonna hurt like hell, but you got this. You do. You're gonna be an awesome mama. An awesome mama. And so I thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, and click the notification bell so that you can get every last video that I post. Yeah, good luck, and comment down below if you want more mommy videos. I believe I have a breastfeeding one coming up, so stay tuned. And bye.